I hope you're nicer to me than Jess probably was on the TV tonight. There's nothing worse than when a player gets to come back and be on TV for the first time and remember all those, days that I gave her a hard time in practice. I'm sure from from warm up, she was probably critiquing, going, "What are they doing?" I mean, he has no idea. So I'm terrified to go back and watch that game tonight.
She was as nervous as a kid for Rockers.
Well, that's before the ball threw up. Before we threw it up, it probably all started coming out really easy as she was saying what we were doing wrong.
Well, I remember
A game like this, what do you look for from your team, especially coming out, after the loss to Arizona on Friday?
Well, I was really pleased with the way Emily Inksler played. That's the one thing. It's hard sometimes, even for Chelsea. I thought Chelsea Hall had a really good game against Arizona for us and did some really good things tonight as well. But, when you come in as a transfer and you don't have to sit out a year and then all of a sudden you're put into the starting lineup, it's, gosh, I haven't been here for 2 or 3 years. I haven't put my time in. Is it okay to do this? Okay to do that? And, I told him the one thing about this program is these players here want to play with other great players. And when Chelsea and Emily decided to join this family, everybody embraced it. And, I told him, I said, guys, go out and play. Do what you do. We want to win. The players that have been here like to win, so do what we know you can do. And that's exactly what Emily did tonight. I just told Nick, in my 15th season here, I don't know if we've had someone get a double-double in the first half before. I mean, no, it sure was. And that's not easy. I don't care who you're playing. She pursued the ball. She rebounded the basketball, knocked down shots. So I told Nick that's one of the things we're going to go back and look through. And I didn't, she played 19 minutes, and that's probably in a game like this, that's all they need to play, especially with us playing again tomorrow night. But overall, I was just really pleased with how the first quarter went and offensively how we moved the basketball and how we shared the ball.
Coach Alana really came out and made the most out of her minutes this evening, too. Just talk about her game this evening.
Norika's been playing some really good basketball. I thought she played really well in our Arizona game, and defensively she's getting so much better, not just on the ball but off the ball. She's phenomenal. She had a steal tonight by helping the help where she dropped down in front of the post when they tried to throw a drop pass when our post had to step up and help. She really understands concepts, and she's shooting the ball with more confidence now. And she continues to do that for us. She's going to be able to give us some big minutes because she can't put the ball in the basket. It's somebody you have to guard. And it's just she has been a joy to coach. Just watching her growth from her freshman year now to her junior year, and just how she's adapted to moving halfway across the world, learning a new language, and then just being so far away from home, especially with COVID last year, not being able to go home. It was a long year. So I'm really excited for her, and I think she's going to continue to improve. I thought Alana also played well tonight. She's got more in the tank that she can give us, and she knows it. She's got to be a defensive stopper for us. She's got to be somebody that when she gets in there, the opposing guard's like, God, I hope she doesn't guard me. That's what she has to bring, and she can. So I'm going to continue to challenge her to do that.
Coach, what are you going to do to be able to turn the three-point shooting around? The first couple of games has been not very well.
Well, it's just practice. You don't. I mean, there's no magical potion. There's no pixie dust I can throw on top of them and say, please go in. It is what it is, but we got to get smart enough to stop firing them up when they're not going in. See, that's my concern. I got to a point where I had to tell them stop shooting threes in the third quarter, and then we started shot faking, shooting pull-up jump shots, and we scored on 3 straight possessions of 15-footers. Well, we have some really smart young ladies, and they've got to be able to make that evaluation of themselves while the game's going. Hey, that shot's just not going in tonight. It's okay. Make 2 pull-up jumpers, and then let's see how that 3 goes, because you get a little confidence behind you. So that's all it is. I mean, we shoot the ball well in practice. It just did not go in very, very well tonight. So, the first quarter we're 3 of 7. Which you shoot 43%, that's pretty darn good. But then we go 2 for 8, 0 for 4, 0 for 2. We just kept shooting them. And that's where we've got to mature to realize, okay, hey, this one's not going in. Let's try a different shot.
You had, I'm sorry, go ahead. 20 turnovers tonight. I know
Sloppy.
Well, it seemed like a few of them, though, came off of turnovers that they forced on the defensive end. I think even at one point in the second or third quarter, even told the team to slow down for a little bit. Was that the main reason for some of those?
No, we just got sloppy. We got way too sloppy, careless with the basketball. I think we had 5 or 6 in the first half. And that's, if you turn it over 12, 13 times, playing like we're trying to play, that's fine. But you can't turn it over 20. It's unacceptable. And we tried to hit home run after home run, instead of just trying to hit singles. I tried to throw that long pass once. It's not there. Okay, like Emily's in the first half. She got a rebound, was kind of off bounce, and tried to lead Haley. That goes out of bounds. That's fine. But then we had a couple in the second half where it's going to take a perfect pass, and there's no sense to make it. So just advance it up the side with a pass and then look into the post. Those are areas, again, I think we turned it over 3 straight times. After the second one, somebody on our team's got to be on the floor going, hey, we got to get a shot this possession. We got to get a shot. And unfortunately, we're not there yet. And I didn't call a timeout because I'm waiting to see who realizes what just took place the last two possessions. Because we got to get to that. We got to get to where they have a feel of what's going on during a game. In a game where we had it pretty handedly, it's not going to cost you, but our Arizona game it did. And now tomorrow with UT Martin, and they do a really nice job. They're very well coached. You're not going to want to do that. And then as we progress without the season, as the competition continues to get better, it's really going to be an issue if this continues.
How did you feel like they, just as a group, reacted to what went on at Arizona? Coming back, their demeanor, their attitude, everything that goes with that.
Well, I thought we did a pretty good job with that. We still have a lot to learn. It's kind of what I've tried to explain to them. There's not one person on this roster now who's been a part of hanging a banner out there. So we're preseason ranked 6 because of what we've done in the past. And I've got to get them to understand everybody's coming at you because we are ranked 6, because of our history, because of what we've done. So you got to be prepared to play. And that's part of the growth. I sat down with Emily before today at shoot-around and was like, hey, here are the teams in the ACC that you all lost to. We've never lost to them. We've never lost to that team. We've never lost to that team. To get her to understand, it's a different mindset here, and there's different expectations. And I thought she responded great. And Chelsea's the same way. It's you're coming into a new situation of what's new. Peyton Verhulst also. So we have a lot of significant players. What I mean by that is ones that I think are going to play a lot of minutes for us as this goes, that don't have a whole bunch of experience with what we do here and how we do it for why we've been able to hang banners out there. So it's going to take a little bit. We're not finished. I don't expect us to be 39-1 at the end of the year.
You're back here tomorrow night in a tougher probably test, and then it gets all on the road and away,
Yeah.
and you're putting them through it. Is that part of the reason, just to kind of get them acclimated to what they're going to see?
Well, we were. I'll be honest with you. UT Martin's done us a huge favor. We were scheduled to play them Thursday, and then because the Washington game initially had been talked about being played on Sunday, and then it got moved to Saturday, which is fine. And then Kevin at UT Martin agreed. I mean, because they just bust in from Manhattan. They played in the NIT yesterday, bust all the way here, I believe, spent the night, and then they're playing us tomorrow night, which then allows us to be able to fly out on Thursday because you're flying all the way across country. We can get there Thursday night, practice on Friday, play a 2 o'clock game on Saturday. So it wasn't intentionally done like this, but I've got to give a huge shout out and thanks to UT Martin for sacrificing what they've done also to allow us to go back to back. Now, it's going to help us, though, because I think it's important that you've got the mindset that you can now enjoy this for tonight, but then you got to be able to shift it and be ready to focus tomorrow on a different game because they're going to be 5 out. They're really going to make us guard all over. You're going to have to communicate, or they're going to backdoor you and pick you apart.
Anything else?
I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
Best of luck with these two.